Okay, Vortex. So I had something that I wanted to talk about. So there was a conversation that I really, really wanted to have with Judson, and I kept putting off this conversation because we're like the same person in so many ways. There are little things about us that are different. Like, he's way more of a go-getter than I am. When he wants something, he just goes out and gets it. And I'm so in awe of that. I don't have that at all. But I think that's why he's really good for me. But I've been so in my head about this whole thing. And as cool as it is to be in your head, eventually you're going to hit some dark alleyways. Okay? And I really, really like this person. He's such a good dude. Like, I genuinely love and appreciate who he is. Not just who I think he is or who I want him to be, or this really beautiful idea of him, or how I've idealized him in my head. Like, every time that I talk to him, it's like I realize that he is exactly like how I view him. It's no bullshit. And I try to push him away, and it doesn't fucking work because we're too alike. So he totally understands where I'm coming from, and he doesn't hold it against me that, you know, I want to be alone, or I freak out by the idea of being in a relationship, or I freak out by the idea of having sexual intercourse. Like, he doesn't even, I mean, he does want that, but it's like he doesn't need that, he doesn't require that. He definitely wants it. But, like, it's one of those things where he's respectful. And he totally understands why I am weird about that. But, I mean, it's a double-edged sword, you know? You sleep with someone that's obviously, you know, fun, you connect with that person and shit. But, you know, it's fornication, and fornication's a sin. And though I really hate marriage, I mean, I just hate institutions anyway. I get it. I get why people do it. But I really hate government. I really hate the idea of conventional anything. So it's kind of weird that I would even want to get married. It's really about God more than anything else. Like, I don't want to be married. It's more of like, I just want to have sex and not feel like I'm sinning. That's really the only reason. But yeah, he's real understanding of that. He's like one out of maybe 10 dudes that exist on planet Earth right now that is totally fine with, you know, having a girlfriend that doesn't want to have sexual intercourse. But I know that there's definitely tension there because of that shit. But what's so crazy about it is that, yeah, we just get along so well, and we really, really understand each other. So it's like, if we ever get into some sort of argument, or I don't think we've ever actually fought, but like, if there's some sort of misunderstanding, it's just so silly because of how well we really do understand each other. And then if we just keep talking, it's like, oh, we're in the exact same position. That's kind of crazy that we're arguing. Why have we been arguing this whole time? But, you know, it was just something that I've sort of been putting off, like having this conversation of feeling like, oh, I feel like pressured or whatever. But that's me, though. That's what's so funny about it. It's like, I put this pressure on my damn self. This ain't got shit to do with him. That's what's hilarious about it. It's like literally every single thing that I freak out about. It's me in my head telling myself shit. And I know that that's projection. So I tell myself, oh, he's thinking this, he's thinking that. No, you're thinking that. You don't want to take ownership for it. I feel like everybody's doing that. But, I mean, as aware of it as I am, it's still something that I struggle with. But I do think on some level, it's, I don't even know where I was talking. I talk and talk and talk and talk. I fucking hate it. It's so annoying. I'm sorry, Vortex. I hate it. Sometimes I hate myself. But it seems like the more that we talk about things, the less I can like have an issue. Like I want there to be an issue that's not there. And we're about to go to South Carolina. We're about to go to Myrtle Beach for a few days. And that's crazy because that seems like something that like a serious couple would do. And we've been like seeing each other for what, like a month and a half, and we're already doing that shit. But it's kind of cool because like we're both on the same level when it comes to our art. Like we're both like ready to just really push that, especially now because it's like everything's falling apart. So like now's the time to do art. Now's the time to create. Now's the time to like establish the world that we want rather than continue to live in the world that we've been living in, which, you know, hasn't been working for a long time. So it's interesting that we found each other at this particular time. I don't think that we would have really appreciated this moment had we met earlier. But I think that I'm not going to say it's the devil because I feel like I'm giving him way too much credit. But I feel like that where I struggle with mental illness is where I push people away that are good for me, or I run away from the idea of any kind of responsibility, like when it comes to emotions, you know, like when I start feeling like, oh man, I could get attached to this person, or I could get attached to this idea of something that could really actually be good. It's like I just run away from it because I'm so used to things being bad, or I'm so used to abandonment that I just assume that it's not going to work out. And so of course that turns into a self-fulfilling prophecy right there. But it just doesn't seem to be happening that way. So you know, I told myself in the beginning, Amy, if this is supposed to happen, it'll happen. And there's nothing that either one of you can do to stop it. So if you try to push him away, or he tries to push you away, or y'all hurt each other, you know, it doesn't matter, because if you're supposed to be together, you'll be together. And it occurred to me, like immediately when I woke up, I think it was yesterday, I had this sort of revelation, but I just remembered something from the scripture where Paul was talking about faith, you know, and how futile it is to have faith in something that you can see, something that's tangible, you know, because it's obvious that it's there. So there's, what do you have faith in? Faith is believing in something that you can't see. And you know, he was specifically talking about faith in the Lord, but you know, I feel like you can apply that to anything and everything, you know. And it's like when I met Judson, I just felt that. I felt that pull to him. Like I just had faith that there was something about him that I was supposed to pursue. Like there's something between us that I didn't want to just throw away because, you know, that's what we do. But yeah, I really dig him though. Every time that I try to say, oh, it's not gonna work out, you know, I'm too weird, I'm too lone wolfy. It's like he's the same fucking way. I really do want to have sex with him though, man. It's weird. I haven't wanted to have sex with somebody like so long. Like legit. Like the whole time that I was talking to him, like he just randomly showed up between kegs tonight. I wasn't expecting him to show up. He just randomly came to support me. And he said, man, that's like the best that I've seen you. So that's good. I did pretty well tonight, though. I know that I did. Who knows, though? I might hate it. When I watch it, I'll probably hate it. Whenever the audience, like, whenever I have a really positive response from the audience, I'll watch it later and be like, oh, this was so bad. When I have a negative response, I guess it's because I really do challenge myself. I want to do better. So if I don't have a positive response, I feel like that's good because I'm confusing them, and that's exactly what I want to do. I told you, I want to have the kind of reaction from the audience as the talking heads in the beginning of their career. Like, that's exactly what I'm doing, man. How cool is that shit?